Welcome back to another episode of the Sacred Sisterhood podcast. And wow, it's been a hot minute since I have done a solo cast on the show. I've been very much focusing on bringing really powerful women onto this show to serve you at an even deeper level. So today I am feeling inspired to hop on here and share with you 3 things that you need to know to prepare you for your future healing business. Because here's the thing. Obviously, when we look out around us, the world is in some pretty serious destruction and dismantling of all those old systems that have been built on greed, corruption, enslavement, poverty, and so forth. So we are seeing the dismantling in order to make way for the new earth grids. Now, I want to remind you, before I really get into the meat of this show, that it's already been done in the energetic realms. You know, the laying of the grid, the laying of the new earth grids, it's already been done. New earth is already here. The final level of manifestation is what we see reflected out in our external reality. And so obviously, because we are seeing such crazy dismantling right now, we are seeing those old systems collapse, which is incredible because it's going to make way for systems that are built on equality, love, harmony with earth, systems that are built for our cyclical nature to really come into play here. So if you're listening to this episode, you have a role to play in this new earth reality. You wouldn't be attracted to the work that I do in the world otherwise. And so specifically, the women that I talk to are women that know that they have a role with assisting the evolution of the consciousness of the planet. They are here to help assist with the raising of the frequency of humanity and of Gaia. And even if you don't quite know what that looks like right now, that's totally okay. A lot of people don't, but through all of this, especially the last few months, and you've heard me talk about this, that 2020 is about us stepping to the front lines as light workers. So it no longer is about us giving our power away to fears, self-doubts, what ifs, etc. This is the time that we bring our magic into the planet, because our own unique energetic field holds a set of unique codes that Earth needs for her to ascend into this new Earth paradigm, for her to ascend into these 5th dimensional above frequencies. So many of you have felt that call deep within you that, wow, I am here to make a difference. Maybe I don't quite know what that looks like right now, but I can feel it, that my soul chose to incarnate into this planet at this time for a reason. And you are here for a reason. And so it's very easy, especially when we're preparing ourselves to launch our businesses, even if we don't know what that business is, but we can feel that, we're being called to the front line. It's very easy for us to spin out and self-doubt and spin out feeling like we need to have all of the boxes checked, all of our ducks in a row before we're actually ready to launch the thing, right? So like, say you're looking on Instagram and you're seeing, women like myself running healing businesses, coaching businesses. Maybe you're seeing astrologers, tarot readers, and you can feel that within you that, hey, that's something that I would like to do. I know that I'm intuitive. I would love to be able to work from home. I would love to be able to work with soulmate clients. I would love to work with spirit day in and day out. Like, this is something that I want to do. And you're feeling that inspiration, right? It's so easy for us to all of a sudden like spiral out into, oh, well, she can do that, but I don't think I could, right? And so there is a process, very much basically when we're preparing ourselves to launch our business, we go through a process of excavation, clearing out the self-doubts, clearing out the unworthiness, clearing out any of that like distrust that we still have in source, in order to prepare us so that we are the vessel that can launch our businesses out into the world. So there's 3 things that you need to know to prepare you for your future healing business. This could be a business you plan on launching within this next few months. This could be something that you plan on launching in the next year or two. maybe you haven't even received like that download from your higher self yet as to what this business is supposed to do, but you still can be doing the inner work to prepare you for that. In fact, the inner work to prepare you for you to launch this out into the world is what's going to give your vessel the space to receive the download of what it is that you're supposed to do. And I also want to preface to say that it's probably not going to download in like, these 10 steps are exactly what you need to do to bring your magic out into the world. No. It's probably just going to be a little thought that just pops up, and then you're going to toy with that thought and be like, oh, maybe that is something that I could do, right? Because for myself with my own business, I had no idea I was going to get to a point of running a podcast, of holding space for incredible women in my Cosmic Radiance container, launching a meditation bundle. I had no idea I was going to do any of that. That's all just being drip fed to me as I went. So that is actually number one. 3 things that you need to do to prepare you for your healing business. Number 1, your mission, your soul purpose is going to evolve as you do. So you don't have to have it all figured out. It's so easy for us to almost be in like this analysis paralysis mode where it's like, well, I don't know exactly how this is all supposed to look like, so I'm just not going to do anything and just wait for that to come in. That's not the case. Your work that you bring out into the world is going to shift, transform, and expand as you shift, transform, and expand. I can tell you that the coaching that I do today is very different than the coaching that I did 2 years ago, right? My message is always shifting. It's always evolving based on the own inner alchemy that's taking place within my life. So, there's a lot of people that'll start, maybe they'll start with Reiki, and then they all of a sudden, when they're doing their Reiki with their clients, all of a sudden it starts to just shift and transform into like shamanic Reiki, and then now they're bringing in shamanic drumming as they're healing their clients, and then they're afterwards they put together like a painting, or they pull a card or whatever. Like, you're gonna have your own flavor of medicine that you deliver to the world. However that looks for you, it's gonna be your own flavor, your own unique impression onto New Earth. So don't get all caught up in all of the finer details, not having a clue what the entire picture is going to look like, because I can mostly guarantee it that you're not going to know what the full picture looks like. Even now, where I am 3 years into my business, I don't know where I'm going to be in a year. Who knows? I might be out doing public speaking gigs. I have no idea where I'm going to be going. But that infinite possibility is the excitement, it's the inspiration, rather than something to block me from taking any steps forward in my business. Because I know that I'm always being guided, and that I'm drip fed from my higher self step by step by step as I need it. When I was channeling the Starseed Activation Bundle, it just basically how it came to me. I was dancing in my bedroom. I was really in the flow, feeling the magic, feeling the essence. And all of a sudden, I heard Starseed Activation Bundle. I'm like, oh, okay, what is this? And then I was basically channeled 2 meditations, the first 2 tracks. And so I created those. And then I went to sit on my grandmother tree and asked what the next step was. And then I got the next 2. And that's basically how the meditation bundle was built out. It was over the course of 2 weeks, and it was drip fed to me step by step by step. I didn't know what the full package was going to look like until it was done, right? So number 1, your mission purpose is going to evolve with you as you evolve. So you don't have to have it all figured out. So you can just relax in that, knowing that you're going to be guided step by step, and you have the freedom to shift it as you go, because it will. It naturally will evolve as you go. You might completely transition out of the first healing art that you get into and evolve into something totally different, and that's incredible. It's just a matter of like just taking step by step by step, knowing and trusting that it's just going to continue to open up and evolve and align for you. Okay? Number 2, you are not doing this alone. What I'm saying is you are co-creating this vision with a higher power, with the Great Mother, the Cosmic Mother, the womb that our soul was born through, the womb that created Earth, that created all of the planets, that created the constellations. The Great Mother is the source of our abundance. It's that beautiful, unconditional love that is always there for us, that is supporting us in the work that we're here to do. So when you're first starting out, when you're first starting to like play around with these ideas of, you see that woman on Instagram running that healing business and you're like, yeah, I totally want to do that. I'm not really sure what that means yet, but I totally want to do that. And then it can all of a sudden feel like, well, I don't know. I've never been an entrepreneur. I've never been self-employed. Like, I don't know if I can do that, blah, 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 blah. And it can all of a sudden feel like this big, scary thing because you don't have a boss kind of telling you exactly what to do, which for a lot of us that are rebellious, we love not having a boss, right? But this is an invitation for you to develop that relationship with the Great Mother as if she is your boss, because ultimately she is like pouring all of the energy, all of the inspiration, all of the ideas, all of the medicine, all the wisdom into you, and then like into your vessel, and then you channel that out and birth it out into the world. So you guys are in a harmonious relationship where she fills you. She provides you with everything that you need. She loves you. She comforts you. She rubs your back as you're going through the alchemical process of clearing out the limiting beliefs, because you will. Anytime that you are called to step into the healing arts, that is going to be the most radical transformation journey of your life. You can't be in the healing arts. You can't be running a business without facing off with the parts of you that says that you can't, right? All that unworthiness, unpacking all of that self-doubt, unpacking, the enslavement, the scarcity, the poverty consciousness grids, unpacking all of that and no longer buying into or subscribing it. So she is, imagine like this incredible being, this incredible goddess mother standing behind you, and she's got her hands on your back and she is channeling her energy, her love into you, and it fills you up with inspiration and creative ideas. And from that place, you dance, you create art, you channel beautiful offerings from your heart, and so forth. So having a strong relationship with the Great Mother is vital, because ultimately she is the source of your abundance. She is the source of the tools and the resources that are going to flood in to support you in you doing the work that your soul has been contracted to do. So how can we develop this relationship with the Great Mother? Well, first off, this connection never went away. We only bought into a story that we've been abandoned by the Great Mother because of the way that we were actually birthed into this world. When we're in our mama's bellies and our wombs, we are in the most profound love that our little hearts could have ever experienced. It's like we're experiencing the same sort of feeling that one feels when they're moving into the light, like when their soul is transitioning from earth back into source. We experience that as we're growing, as we're gestating within our mothers, and it's like this beautiful, lucid, cosmic, mysterious, it's like an LSD trip in there, right? And we just feel so loved, and it's just incredible. And then we come out into the planet, we're birthed through our maternal mothers, our birth mothers, and it oftentimes is very traumatic. We enter into a sterile fluorescent lighting room, and they cut our umbilical cord way too soon from which basically cuts us off from our nourishment, and our lungs are all of a sudden gasping for air before they were ready to. So like our first arrival into the planet is trauma. It's just pure trauma. And in that moment, we'd feel abandoned by their Great Mother, by this incredible force that we were feeling that was coddling us from the time, basically our souls were stemmed from it, and then in the time that we were in our mother's wombs. And so we created this story that we've been abandoned. And then, of course, we experience trauma throughout our lives as we, grow and evolve and so forth. And we just forget that connection to the Great Mother because it's not taught in our civilization. In ancient tribes, it was taught. In indigenous tribes, it's taught, but it's not taught in the general Western culture, right? And so because we weren't taught to nourish that connection, we thought the Great Mother abandoned us. She never went anywhere. She was always there. She's what's keeping Gaia thriving and still rotating despite humanity treating Gaia like garbage. You know what I mean? Like, she is what the trees absorb all of their nutrients from. The trees don't have to do anything. The trees just let that love in. All of the nutrients, all of the nourishment, all of the gases that the tree needs, the tree doesn't have to think about it. It just lets that in. And that is the abundance grid the abundance grid supplied to us. That is the abundance grid that is supplied to us by the Great Mother. So when you are feeling that call, that's like, yeah, you know what? New Earth, I'm here to serve. Don't really know what that means yet, but I know that I got some stuff here to do. Turn to her. The more you empty and surrender to her, the more downloads and ideas you will receive from her as to what it is that you are here to do. So that comes in the form of meditation, of just emptying out to allow yourself to be filled by her. That comes in the form of being out in nature and just breathing. Breathing in this air that has been provided to you by the trees. And the trees have been provided to us by Gaia. And Mother Earth is an aspect of the Great Mother. So by deepening our connection with planet Earth, we deepen our connection with the Great Mother. And so it's also a matter of looking at, because we all have these abandonment wounds that we need to unpack from the Great Mother. This is something that I was working through very, very deeply in May. It completely knocked me around as I was unpacking this, like, oh my God, I have felt completely abandoned by this cosmic force, that I then created stories and projected that abandonment onto those around me. And so I had to really dive into that, unpack it, and alchemize it so I can open myself up to receiving that infinite support that's available to me. So a big aspect of what I had to do as I was moving through this was look at, how am I abandoning myself? So I'm just sharing my story so that this can help you go into this within yourself. So look at, how are you abandoning yourself? You know, on your days off, are you constantly scrolling social media? Or are you taking time to really take care of yourself? You know, perhaps you're just in a stage right now where you don't feel much support from your family and friends. And so you're really internal. You're really kind of in hermit stage right now, which we all go through. Do you allow yourself to feel that unconditional love from the Great Mother, or do you completely hold yourself up and feel like you're alone through it? Right? So really just looking at your relationship with the Great Mother, with that cosmic, divine, feminine force that is nurturing you and always loving you and always there to support you, because she is who you are making this incredible baby with, the baby of whatever your soul's purpose is. Right? It could be massage. It could be writing a book. It could be Reiki. It could be tarot. It could be coaching. It could be astrology. It could be galactic dancing. You know, it could be making drums. It could be anything. Herbalist. There's so many options. Don't limit yourself with your options based on all those things I just rattled off. Okay? So that's number 2, that you are not alone. The Great Mother is here to support you. Number 3, your energy is your currency. Okay, so what I mean by that is, we are in a time now where hard work and hustle is not what determines success. It's actually about the energy and the magnetism that we are carrying to be in vibrational alignment with our desires to easily attract the tools, the support, the money, the love, the wealth, etc., the people to support us in creating that business or that project that you want to launch out into the world. So as you are preparing yourself to bring your business out into the world, and like I said, chances are you don't even know what that business is yet. You just know that it's to serve in some aspect. Right now, focusing on your energy, clearing out the distortions, clearing out the limiting beliefs, clearing out the self-doubt, clearing out all the conditioning from old earth paradigms, clearing it all up makes way for your body, your vessel, to hold more light. It clears and excavates out the density in order to bring down more light. And the more light you hold, the higher your frequency bandwidth is, and the more powerful manifester you are, the more successful and abundant you will be in your business. The clients will flood in easily. All the ideas will flood in easily. You are basically, by expanding your energy, by focusing on your energetic signature, that is a fast track way to building out a really incredible healing arts business for yourself, because you are the vessel to attract all that you need in order to create this, including the downloads and the ideas and the direction from your higher self to birth whatever it is that you are here to birth. So a huge, huge piece of preparing to launch this thing out into the world is becoming the energetic vessel to do so. So that means showing up every day to yourself to do your inner work and to anchor in this new reality for yourself that you are a big deal. You're here to do big things. You're here to serve. You're here to help elevate the consciousness and the vibration of Gaia. And so the work that you do within yourself of elevating your own consciousness and vibration is going to ripple out into Gaia, into the collective, to help them with the work that they're doing as well. Okay, so your energy is your currency. So the money that you are to make in your future business is a direct reflection on your own energetic signature. If you're still operating from scarcity and poverty, enslavement consciousness grids, you're going to have a really hard time attracting everything in that you need, because you feel unsupported and you feel cut off from source, which is the Great Mother, right? So start doing your wealth consciousness work now, and I can promise you that your wealth consciousness work is never going to end. Each level up that you move into, you're going to have to unpack deeper layers of the unworthiness, of the scarcity, of the poverty, of the not enoughness, the self-doubt, in order to expand into that next bandwidth of frequency. And with that next bandwidth of frequency is a new level of income. So your energy is your currency, so make that a priority. Okay? So these are my top 3 things that you need to know to prepare you for your healing business. And I also wanted to let you ladies know, for those of you that know that you are here to be a light worker, you maybe don't know what that quite looks like yet for you, but you're fine-tuning your gifts, you're opening yourself up to receiving guidance, you're deep into your meditation practice. I have an incredible 6-month mentorship program to support you in the preparation for you to launch your business out into the world. This is not a business collaboration, but it is the purging, the activation, and the expansion that your energetic field needs in order to feel powerful and confident and radiant and magnetic to bring your light work out into the world. So it's a 6-month container. It's called Cosmic Radiance. I'm offering it for $1,000 US dollars right now, $1,000 off the total package up until the full moon in Sagittarius, which is, I believe that's June 5th. So that's Friday. So I'm going to put the link in the show notes that you can check that out. So this is for you, the future light worker who knows she has gifts and magic she wants to bring out into the world, but knows she has a lot of her own healing to do. So we're going to move through clearing out those self-doubt, excavating out the limiting beliefs, excavating out the traumas that have been making you feel unworthy, collapsing those old timelines, those old bullshit stories of the scarcity, poverty, consciousness grid, collapsing all of that to activate you in your new earth templates. We work very deeply with healing the relationship with the masculine and feminine within in order. I keep hitting my speaker thing, so I'm sure there's a lot of feedback. I'm talking with my hands. So I apologize. I'll try to edit it out. We work very, very deeply with the divine masculine, divine feminine, bringing those into inner union within yourself so that you can be this queen that commands her realm, that is a powerful creator, as well as we work very deeply with embodiment. So clearing out those dense energies in order to make way for your higher self to really lock herself in, load herself into your body so that you can just surrender to her basically operating the show. Because that's like ultimately that's like the goal of enlightenment really, is holding more light, being the light, as well as expanding into the desired reality that you want for yourself. So really laying the grid work for what it is that you desire to create for yourself and aligning with that. So once again, that's Cosmic Radiance. It's a 6-month private mentorship program with me. The women that have been in this container for this past year, the women I've brought through this container this past year, have done incredible things. They went from not knowing what it is that they want to do to this world to becoming like a Reiki master. They went from being super blocked for wanting to write a book to now she's my one client's 8 chapters in that is just channeling through her, so one of my women, she's being like fully activated into full priestess mode, and she was not in touch with that side of her before we started our work together. So this is big transformative work. It's really powerful, and I invite you to take a look at the website to see if it resonates with you. Once again, $1,000 US off until June 5th. So I'm sending you all so much love. I want you to really be gentle with yourself through these intense energies that we're in. We're now in eclipse season. Obviously, we're going through a lot on the collective front. So it's important that you tend to your own energy first and foremost. If that means taking a break from social media, do it. If that means setting boundaries with friends and family, do it. If that means completely unplugging, going out into the woods for a full morning, do it. Just tune in moment by moment and ask yourself, what is it that I need right now to feel supported and loved? And that is kind of ties into the second piece that I talked to today, that you're not alone. By you no longer choosing to abandon yourself, but showing up and claiming yourself, you are acting like your own greatest mother, which is a aspect of the great mother, right? So does great mother want you to create and do a bunch of things, work too hard and burn yourself out when you're already feeling very energetically raw because of these massive shifts that we're doing? No. Great mother is calling you into the trees to lean your back against one of the tree and to pray. That's what great mother wants. That's what you need right now, and that's what great mother wants for you. Okay? So I'm sending you all so much love. I hope you have an incredible week, and just, we're in it, guys. We're in it. We are gridding New Earth, and this is such an incredible time. Thank you so much for listening. Share it with a sister, and have a beautiful day.